as I always do when I start, I've got a couple of little things to go through, little admin things, just to let people know what I've been up to since I last streamed the game. So I've got 2 upgrades that I've added. One of them is, the upgrade is called a trunk in the trunk, and it removed the boxes and replaced it with an actual trunk. So I've put all of my spare parts and spare equipment and repair and stuff, all the things that I would need, are now inside this trunk, because that means I can leave this closed and just dump things in roof storage. So that's fine. I've also added a juke jet. So I removed the lights I had on, because I'm not going to use them, and I added a juke jet, which I think makes you go faster. Joyously join this jet to your car to juke, jolt, jump, jab, and jitter into a joyride. You'll be justified to be jazzed. Just don't get too jubilant or you might jumble yourself into a jest of a jam. Read that perfectly. Everyone be amazed. Yeah, so they're the 2 things I've upgraded for my car. I haven't put anything else into my garage, I don't think. The only other thing I've not done is a ton of lore. So I keep finding the frequency files, which are the little radio things that you find out about. I've got loads of documents that need reading. So I'm not going to read them all at the start. I want to get into a run. But what I might do is like stop every now and then and give one of them a read. So I think all of the ones that I've got and not read out are in here. So you can see that I've got all of these ones that I found. So we can just do them throughout rather than stopping at the start to do tons of reading. And I've also got a bunch of other things that I've seen but not read out. So I'm going to try and get to them. As I've said before, I'm trying to get through as much as possible in this game and read out things and explain things. I'm going to shut you up now. Transmission fragment. Sorry, looks like you got zone droned. Would you like to play again? Insert 5 cents to continue playing Zone Drone 3D. Cool. This fax machine's annoying. I wish I'd never got it. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff that I need to read, and there's going to be things I've missed, but I'm getting through as much as possible, and it's all part of the playthrough anyway. I don't think some people probably don't give a shit. Anyway, I think my car is fully up to scratch. Yes, I've already visited the dumpster before, and the scrapper, I've got a plasma scrapper spare. Perfect, I'm ready to go out. Okay, I will put in a clip now, actually, of a few of the audio calls and things that I got from Tobias and, always forget his name, the other guy.
Hey, driver. Sorry about all that mess with Oppie. There's no question, Oppie is a once-in-a-generation genius. I've watched her manipulate wavelengths with nanometer precision without batting an eye. So, yeah, to see her go from being the sharpest person in the room to what she is now is disappointing. This place, it leeches away your sanity day by day. So for Oppie to live here in complete isolation, locked away with only bad memories and expired medication, nothing good comes of that.
I'd feel a hell of a lot better if I knew why she suddenly cares so much about the remnants. Speaking of Oppie, you're not gonna like this, Francis, but I'm starting to think we can't do this alone. Look, it's not that I doubt our abilities, but no one knows the zone like that old bat.
You heard what she said. She'll sabotage this remnant before helping us.
Right. Well, she'll come around to our jobs.
No, she won't. Nothing in the 13 years we spent in R&D proves that she's open to working with anyone. She dug her heels in so deep that she wrestled everyone down into the grave with her. I can't be involved if she is.
What are you talking about? This is the entire reason we stayed behind, to write the record of the zone. Not about the experiments and the technology, but to tell the legends of the land.
I don't want anything to do with her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want her advice. I don't want to hear her goddamn voice.
This isn't like you. What's going on, Francis? Is there something I should know?
No.
All your work in limb R&D, all the time you spent, your entire career, your entire life. You sacrificed it all for honor, and how did they thank you? With a black hole in your resume, where you can't tell anyone what you did. You couldn't even tell people where you wiped your ass for 10 years. So no, I'm not letting this go. Not for me, but especially not for you.
That's not... Never mind.
You know, sometimes I wonder, how much of you staying here was actually to hunt these legends? Or if it was because you had nowhere else to go.
I've noticed if you scan one of these further ahead, it seems to do all of the ones on the route. So you can get more for your, like, more bang for your buck by scanning. Like, if I do this one here, it does all of these ones on the potential route. So you can get so much out of it. Right, so this is where I need to go. This is the next part of the mission. Also, because it's got perpetual stability, it's going to be a good place to loot. However, I need to get there first. And that requires 1, 2, 3, 4 junction stops. Well, 3, I guess. So the first one of these is... Oh, it's an extreme one. And then after that, I can go here. So this one's always eerie darkness. Oh, it's written on the map. So yeah, it's always darkness. I just need to get through. So am I beelining for this area? I think... The thing is, I don't think I need any of the shit here. However, this has unstable energy and I want that. This has loads of it. I'm going to get loads on this journey. I think I'm going to get the anchors here and just get through. I'm going to just get through this. Anchors and through. The stability on this is very low. Oh, same on this one. It's basically immediate. I guess I'll just have to get whatever anchor's nearest and go straight through. And this one, perpetual stability. And it's also a town, which means there's loads of buildings. I'm going to loot this one and I'm going to just drive through these. That's the best way to do this. Love this game so much. I'm going to feel sad when I finish it. It's fine. I've got plenty of other games to play. I think I'm going to play... I'm probably going to play Bioshock 2 and Doom Eternal after this. I think they're the ones I've got lined up. So I'm not going to waste any time looting unless I see something particularly important, like the... What do they call that? Just anything that's got to good loot in it. You know what I mean? Box trucks, the pneumatic tubes. I think that's what they're called. A pneumatic delivery system. Okay, so I'm there. Oh wait, is there a swampy area in the middle? Just go in there. Perfect. Easy. There's 2 buildings as well. Maybe I should loot them. What if one of those buildings has something amazing and rare in it? Okay, so we've got these things. What are they called? I can't remember. When I play this game on my own, this never happens. Oh, a pneumatic tube. Never, ever happens. Honestly, I'm amazing at this game when I'm not streaming it. How the fuck am I flipping the car at the first moment? Oh. Genuinely do not understand. Just don't get it. I have played this game hours on my own. Like, it was yesterday or the day before, I did like a full run through some dangerous areas. Wow, that light went away fast. Had absolutely no trouble whatsoever. Also, I've not tested my juke jet yet. I'm going to do it when I get through this tunnel. Oh, wait, what's this? This is new. A toilet. Is it nothing? Oh. Oh, it's a thing. Oh, come on. Give me some plasma, you boob. Wonder why the Geiger count is going off when it's not radioactive. Unless there's radiation. Oh, there's radiation in this corner. Alright, lights on, let's roll. Okay, so the juke jet I think I've got on spacebar. So when I've got like a straight path with nothing in the way, I'll give it a go. So I think you can give like a... I think if you tap it, you get a little boost. And if you hold it, you can go faster. Why is my power so low already? The lights don't drain that much, do they? Guess they do. I definitely need to start adding more stuff to get power, I think. Okay, let's test this. Wait, is it... It's only on one side, so... Look at my power go up. The juke jet's only on one side, so I think it's going to make the car unstable when I use it. That's not useful. That's annoying. I guess having one on each side might be good, but having it on one side like this, just I can't see any use where I'm going to want to go quickly sideways. I'm supposed to avoid something? Alright, the next zone's going to be the problem one. Because the next zone is the one that is massively unstable. However, the anchor thing makes me want to stick around. Where's my blowtorch? I need more blowtorches. These things are so good. The fact that you can repair little bits of damage. If you use putty, you've got to use one charge, and it, even if there's a tiny bit, you have to use a full charge, whereas this, you can just give it a little bit of a squirt. It's a quick squirt. Right. That'll do. Oh, one of the lights is fucked as well. It's fine. Okay. I am ready. This is the tense bit. This is the bit where I need to keep on my my wits up. So I need to really quickly take a look at the map, see where the anchors are, and plan a route. Because I'm not going to have much time. I don't want to get caught in the storm. Alright, so it's going to end really quickly. I'm here. Oh, the way out's there. How, is this flatland or mountains? I definitely want those two. Let me see what kind of land it is. Because if it's flat and I can drive straight over it, I'm laughing. I didn't see that fence. Right, I might take a risk and try and get all of this energy. It's probably going to end up being very tense. However, the thing I need right now is unstable energy. I've unlocked everything I need normal energy for. So I think I'm going to take the risk. Like, the worst that's going to happen is that I'm going to have to reset. But I'm not going to lose a lot. I can always just load the save as well if I was that bothered. I know it's a bit shitty to do that, but... Alright, first anchor. Let's get a little bit away from it, so I'm not going to get caught in the explosive mess. See, this place is already unstable as hell. Oh, is the car going to get stuck on it when I'm not next to it? And then randomly drive away. Alright, let's watch the world fall apart! Oh, no! Mad world. Mad. It feels so good to be alive. Are we there? I like how you do that when I'm not actually driving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's... Okay, so there's the first... Fuck's sake. There's the first part of the zone coming in. So I do have a bit of time after this. Not loads. But should be enough to just get the anchors and then get out of here. Thankfully they're on like a decent-ish route. Oh, why is my eye watering? I am probably going to damage the car a bit, but I'm going to an area of perpetual stability a couple of zones after this, so I can repair the car there. This anchor, like, AoE zone, though, is massive. I think if I park here facing up, I can go that way. I'm going to do this bit on foot. So I think the yellow circle around the anchor is the area that gets affected when you take it out. Because I think the more energy the anchor has, the wider the disruption area around it. That's what I figured. I've gathered. That could be wrong. But that's just what I've ascertained. This one's zone is massive though. This is going to be like 2 points of energy. Stop it! I'm so glad I've got those things that reduce fall damage. Tense stuff this, isn't it? Alright. So I think I'm just out of the range here, so the car should be alright. So get this in. Close. Back in the car, take a look at the map. Alright, got loads of time. Loads of time. Zone's not even, like, barely encroached yet. Alright, next location is there. If I want to avoid the zone of this one, I might drive through it first and run back. Then I've got the less distance to go afterwards. So I was looking at my previous runs and trying to figure out what's the best equipment to have on my car. Because if people don't know, there's certain things you can protect against. There's radiation, electricity. There's piercing that I've not encountered much of yet. There's impact, which is like crashing against something. I think there's explosive as well. So my most common causes of damage are impact and radiation. So that's really what I should be building my car for. Oh no. Oh no. It's left, rights everywhere. Okay, right. I think I'm far enough out now where I can jump out. Let's head back. And now I don't have that far to go once I grab this. Every time you grab an anchor, it makes the area even more unstable. So, oh, it's one of those stupid things crawling on the floor. I hate them. The area that's perpetual stability that I want to loot as well is also where the all of the stuff I need, like marsh eggs, and I'm assuming tree candy? So that's another ingredient I need and don't have much of. Nope, don't care. There's marsh eggs, there's also another one I need as well. I think they're all in those zones, so I don't need to loot here. I've got enough materials from here. I've got so many materials. Alright, so another big anchor. So I'm on 2.4 energy. That's going to put me up to 4.4. I need so much unstable energy at the moment. It's so good to have some. We've got an anomaly storm coming in as well. I may have enough time here to jump out and quickly repair. So it's side panels, front things need doing. That's 5 things. I'm going to grab some putty to do that. Oh, look how organised I am. It's so good, isn't it? I'll do a little bit of health. Perfect. It's going well. So I've got a little bit of damage on those two, but I think that's fine for now. Let's not get caught in the storm. Let's just get out of this area. 4.4 unstable. That's good. That's good. Ah, I am very happy with that. That went almost perfectly. Aside from a little bit of extra damage on the car that I could have done without. I got through that. I got everything I wanted, and I didn't have any major issues. Good times. Okay, while we're taking a momentary interlude, let's read one of the things I've not read that takes ages. The things I'm more interested in, I think, are the anomaly encounters and studies, because they're the stuff that I think is... that most appeals to me, is those sort of things.
I've worked in the zone for 8 years, and I've seen the bunnies. I've seen the crawlers. I've seen those things that explode. This was far worse. This was a monster, like a dark bristling caterpillar, the kind you see inched along the sidewalk. Except this one was climbing the first wall. Fuck. The old one from the 50s. And it was easily half the height. It must have been 100 yards long, and it climbed that wall as casually as if it were a curb.
I hope I don't come across that. Sounds horrendous. Ardor category reference 2.14.
Sighted consistently between late 1959 and early 1961. This anomaly was attracted to any transmitters broadcasting at particular shortwave bands. About the size of a bird, roughly spherical, chrome-like, and able to fly through unknown means. This anomaly would latch itself... This hurt my throat. This anomaly would latch itself to broadcast antenna and begin to dissolve, or perhaps consume the metal. Stubborn and difficult to dislodge, this anomaly began to disappear when the zone personnel began using different frequencies.
Okay, so we've read those anomaly studies. Right, that's enough for now. We'll come back to the reading stuff in a little bit. Let's get on with the mission. How do I get back? Okay, here we go. So the next location is this one. Eerie Darkness. What's Curious Fragility? I'm guessing it means the car takes more damage. This has normal energy, which I don't need. So I'm going to go straight through. I'm not going to stop at all. I've got like 12 of the stable energy, and I've got nothing to spend it on. I think there's a few upgrades that allow you to spend it on things. Like, I think one of them's like a zone reset, and one of them's to identify quirks with the car. But as of now, I don't need them. Right, I am there, and I need to get here. That is a long way around. Right, if I follow this road round here, that'll be fine. Have I read Eerie Darkness? I forgot to read Anchor Party when I was there. I'll do it now. Anchor Party. There we are. Chance coincidence or an attempt to control instability means this part of the zone is crammed with the anchors. So when you get Anchor Party, it means there's loads of them. Whereas Anchor Obfuscation is something I've only seen once. And that's increased magnetic interference means the anchor signatures in this part of the zone are indistinct. It's harder to precisely locate them. So on the map, they sort of flicker around, like fade in and out. And I don't know whether that you need the anchor radar to find them better. Curious fragility. This is new. The remnants seem to become more brittle in this part of the zone, meaning that collisions suffered will cause more damage. That makes sense. There are an unbelievable number of these. Look how many are left. It's ridiculous how many of these there are. I'm barely through half. This game's got so much in it. Right, I'm gonna need... Am I gonna need the light on if I'm just following the road? I mean, I may as well. I'm not going to use the power for much else. It does drain the power really fast, though, having these lights on. I just need to avoid damaging the car as much as I can. I don't know how much it means when it says brittle, but it could be really brittle. Oh! I completely forgot! I totally forgot! I upgraded my engine! Turbo light engine. How did I not remember this one? I must have forgotten to write it down. An 8-cylinder custom-crafted powerhouse boasting a turbocharger, electronic multi-point injection, improved compression rates, and a stainless steel exhaust manifold. Keep talking, whoa, keep talking. Yeah, I upgraded my engine from the carburetor to the turbo light, which is why I'm suddenly going faster. I noticed because I'm going faster, but I've not taken the car out with a new engine yet. I'm going to follow the road round because I don't want to take a risk going off-road and run into something stupid. It's just a lot safer, in it, especially because the car takes so much damage in this zone, and I've got another. I think I've got another 2 junctions to go through, or just the one. I think 2. So I'd rather not run out of like repair supplies before I even get to the place I want to actually explore. Okay, all I got to do now is make it down this road. Not interested in the plasma at the moment. I can collect that on a different run. This run, I'm focusing on story, and I want to get things like... Wait, is my fuel getting low? It is. That's not good. I'll quickly refill. Do I have a leak in the gas tank? Like, why is it getting so low? Maybe the engine uses way more. Oh, I didn't think about that. It's because I've only got 2 seat slots. So... I need to decide whether or not I want to remove like the jump jet and put in a bigger fuel tank. I think you can get something for the side that synthesizes fuel. Maybe that'll be a good one to have. It just feels like there's not enough space on the car for everything I need. Let's get out of this area. Oh wait, I've got another unstable area to go through. Corrosive waterways? Is there no other route? No, I've got to do this. Oh. These journeys are getting so much more hazardous, and I don't feel like my car's like prepared for it. I thought I'd brought all the stuff with me that I would need. Let's quickly have a look at these zone conditions, because I'm not familiar with the corrosive one. I think I can take a guess what it's going to be. Alright. Corrosive waterways it's called, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so corrosive waterways. The groundwater in this part of the zone is almost pure acid. Rivers and lakes will inflict substantial corrosive damage. Fuck. And the other one here was anomalous clouds, which I've got written down as one I need to recheck. Anomalous clouds. Unpredictable weather patterns in this part of the zone means more cloud-related hazards. So those big areas of like yellow that drift across the zones, they're anomalous clouds, and obviously this zone means there's more of them. This condition. And then what was the other one? Swift storms. The storm comes in fast, but I shouldn't have to worry about that as long as I get to here as fast as I can. I don't across. Can I just go straight across the middle? No, it's high ground. Imagine if there's like acid rain later on or something horrible like that. Right, so I'm going to take the road, but I'm going to hope that I can not go in any water if I just follow the road. Is this stable energy or unstable? I didn't check. Guess I'll see when I drive past. It's unstable, I might grab it. It is unstable, okay. I might regret doing that. What's that? This is horrible. Oh, I haven't scanned this yet. Off box. Jeez, the sound. The sound. Telephone transcript. Central Exchange Monitoring. February 21st, 1967. It's difficult, you know. I mean,
What you tell a guy's mom? Do you say, sorry, Mrs. Baker, your son is just a glob of goo now? Do you say, it wasn't an entirely meaningless death? Those scientists probably got some data from it. Do you say, I saw him dissolve right in front of my eyes? But a lot of his clothing is still okay. Here's his superhero shorts. He just ran straight into the thing. It was so pointless. I feel bad for her. They're asking why it won't be an open casket. For Christ's sake, you could pour him into a jar. You might as well pump him into the coffin. Sad? No. I saw way worse things in the war.
They picked the right place for this.
They happened to people I cared about a lot more. This guy was a jerk. So you want to see that new Poitier movie? That guy's slick.
Wow, someone doesn't care. So there's just constant radiation damage here as well. I need to remember to scan the anomalies. Even if they look like ones I've seen before, there's clearly variants. Like, I thought this was just hot dust. What the hell? What are you? Bubblegum buddy. Leave me alone. Hi there, Dr. Cook. This is Tobias Barlow from maintenance. Oh, that's one of the guys. I think I know why your field equipment's gone missing, and you're not going to like this. Me and a bunch of the folks have been doing requisition inventory. I've been finding loose gear too, but also finding it again later in different areas of the zone. We thought we'd lost some to high winds, but some to, scrambling. But the weather's been pretty normal, and we realized the zone hasn't had a tantrum in a while. So we did a kind of stakeout. Left some old gear at a test site, and you won't believe it, these things are like gooey fireflies, or will-o'-the-wisps or something. They come out of the trees and kind of band together. They grab stuff like magpies and then pass it around like a football team. Anyway, I know scientists want to know about this stuff, so I figured I'd take notes. There's quite a lot. I did some sketches, took some numbers. I repeated things like in an experiment. I figured you might want to see. So, mind if I drop these stuff by? The pneumo tubes are malfunctioning again. This is why you need the theft-proof backpack, though. For shit like that. Fuck me, this place is getting so much worse. There's just stuff everywhere. They're all going to nick things off me. Look at its name. September 2nd. At this stage, I don't need to know who's responsible, but I do need you to understand that any provocation of these creatures will be an actionable offense. Deliberately luring them with any kind of bait only makes them both more accustomed and more persistent. At this point, we have lost literally millions of dollars in valuable parts and equipment. The Colonel being carried away in his porta potty is simply another symptom of lax discipline and disregard for the potential dangers of the zone. I will not hesitate to report any future negligence directly to the Major. Oh, this place is horrible. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Give. I need to leave. I am getting greedy, and I am gonna lose my... car. Like, there's stuff over there I want as well. I can loot the next zone. Go. Don't get caught in the water or it's going to dissolve the car. Alright, let's just get out. Exit's there, follow the road, leave. I'm going to a zone like this, but that's perpetually stable, and yet I'm insisting on staying in the horrendously corrupt area to loot. Oh. I got an achievement, drive an exceptional distance. What's that? No, don't pick me up. Don't you dare. Oh, it's fine. It'll give me a speed boost. Ah, acid. The difficulty curve and the progression of like difficulty in this game is extremely good. Like, just as I'm getting complacent, you get new areas that are incredibly hazardous. And new things to give you more like difficulties and issues and stuff to worry about. Some that sounds like it might be following me. What? What is it? Did it nick something? What are they nicking? Is it pulling parts off my car? Don't care. It's pulled something off. It's taken my fuel tank. How do I get it back? Stop it! Give me it back! Is it taken? It's taken the vacuum. I'm gonna get so angry with these zones. I need to get the upgrade where it can't steal my stuff. No. Give! No! Where's my stuff? Oh, there. I'm gonna get so annoyed. I can already tell. I'm not getting out of the car. The fact they can take parts of my car. What, I got it back, didn't I? Yeah. No, get off! It took my headlight! I don't care. Have it. I'm leaving. No. Oh, I have to... Hang on. It's one way to avoid the acid. I'm done. Absolutely not. What are you doing to me? Honestly. You know, let's take a second. Let's just read some stuff again. What's the mailman? I'm losing my mind. On Sunday evening, all arriving Numatube mail was labelled with dates 6 days ahead. Their senders insisted they were not responsible for them. We thought nothing of them at first, until a mailman noticed that the messages and documents referred to events that had not happened, but started to happen 1 week later. Enclosed inventory reports lined up, the meteorological data was precise, items reported to lost and found were consistent with the messages sent the week before. Clearly, this is some hazing ritual. Clearly, some bored ARDA employee with access to the central Numatube terminal is trying to spook a new recruit. Fine, I get it. I get awfully bored too. The difference is that I'm professional, who's paid... I scrolled too far. I'm professional, who's painfully aware that this is federal property servicing an active research compound with an entire country hinging on the results of our work here. Clearly, I am surrounded by idiots! I mean, obviously, so there's a time travel component then, I guess. And then Singlian family. What's this? I did it. Singlian family hauling is back in business. Incredible. Just as our bills were due, nobody was hiring us anymore. All those big companies hiring college students to haul trash on the cheap. But they had no finesse, no care. They were about to shut me out of my father's business of 5 generations without a single thought. But not anymore. My wife will be so pleased. We have to be in Washington by Monday. Then the government will tell us where to go. They say they will pay us and provide a house and food. For my entire family, my brothers, sisters, uncles, and their families too. Enough work for us all. We are truly blessed. Okay, so this is going to be documenting a family who came to work here doing hauling and travel and like transport work. And it's going to get worse and worse for them as it goes on. That's obviously what's happening here. Okay, let's go. Right, we've got perpetual stability. We don't have to worry about the zone being a knob. Cough boxes, those things on the ground, that's fine. Belching barnacles, you can avoid them pretty easily. Right, it looks like this is going to be a nice, decent zone to have a chill in. Get loads of energy and just relax and do some story work. I can't. Those things are going to annoy me. I need to get something to stop things stealing stuff from my car, because that's the problem. Wait, couldn't I have used the impulse emitter to disconnect the things trying to steal stuff from my car? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Never thought about it, but that sounds like something I'm supposed to do. Oh, look at this beautiful area of loads of stuff. Perpetual stability.
Are you ready, driver? Okay, first off, I've loaded up 3 locations on your ARC device map. You see them? Head to whichever strikes your fancy.
Well...
You're sending them to the Visions?
Sure am. We're going to use this.
My optical vassalizer.
We shouldn't use that.
Why not?
I mean, it's been decades. No way that thing is in any sort of working shape.
I've been fixing her up in secret, and I'm sorry. Don't be mad. It's gonna be a surprise for your birthday.
Oh, wait, this is
I've
empty.
gone ahead and
I need
made an
fuel.
itty-bitty modification to your headset, driver.
How have you made a modification to my headset when you are nowhere near me?
I've hooked up the basilizer here to modulate your scan function. Think of it like an extra layer of mayonnaise on your technology sandwich.
What are you using the basilizer for?
No spoilers. We have to tell the story from the beginning. Driver, get ready to feast your eyes on the visions.
Fun. Have they taken both my headlights? No, just one. The painter.
So we told you about the mass
Oh.
hallucination. Hundreds of people, 30 seconds of crazy, yada yada. But there was one instance where that event and the remnants intersected. The story of Laura Cesari. Laura worked at ARDA as an executive secretary. She put in her hours, but she spent her evenings with a real passion. Painting. When the hallucination event swept through, Laura was overtaken like everyone else. But for her, the visions didn't stop. She tried painting them, but grew frustrated at her inability to recreate what she saw.
Tell me more.
First, Arda wrote her off as one of the many whose brains got scrambled by what they saw. Until Laura stumbled across a rusty can of paint in the woods. It was a remnant. Once she started using this paint, the visions in her paintings began to come true. She painted feverishly for over a year, chasing the visions the entire time. Until the day the paint ran empty.
And then she disappeared. Like all remnant holders do.
Now that we know the remnants and the mass hallucination are related, maybe Laura's visions can help us out.
Maybe. Alright, we got big journey to go on now. So, first place I want to go to, there. Let's get this energy. We're going to loot as much as we can, gather as much as we can, because this is one of those areas that's going to have resources that I need and that I've not had a good chance to explore properly. So, we need marsh eggs, which looks like there's some on the right there, so that's a good start.
This is where your theory comes in, Francis. You tell him. Look at me babbling away. Francis, you explain it. It's so good.
No, it's just... I'd rather not.
Come on, we talked about this. You should be proud of your work. Toot your own horn.
Not this time.
Okay, well,
Francis' theory, his entire branch of research was that the zone exhibits a property seen nowhere else on Earth. Every phenomena that occurs here leaves its fingerprint forever on the physical space. So he created this device to pick up on these sub-physical after effects. How did you explain it? It was like identifying a whale's favorite color using only the wake it leaves behind. The rest was science mumbo-jumbo.
It's a form of electromagnetic imprint. Anyway, it was a long time ago.
And what a better time than now to try it again.
What's this? Resource. A neon reef. I'm getting real whiz and boomstick vibes from these two guys. Teletype autoscript Arda reference Nugan M. At first I thought I was seeing things after, well, you know, after that incident when so many of us saw things and then they promptly told us to never talk about it. I figured this is just another hallucination. Something else I shouldn't log or report. Like how we don't talk about the things that chase us. Or the files at Red Meadow. Ooh. Or the weird weather, or... I know I'm getting off topic. Point is, whatever this stuff is, it both responds to and seems to create light. I think we're looking at something similar to glowing algae. Similar to those, dinoflagellates. I've got some notes here somewhere. I'm pretty sure this material is infused with... neon? No, that can't be right. Anyway, my point is that I think we could actually use some of this stuff, and I'd really like to talk to Dr. Turner about this, but her office isn't taking calls. What's happened to her lately? Is she still in charge? Thermal vacuum. For what specifically? Oh, this. Wait, swamp coral? Oh, that's a new thing I need, isn't it? Swamp coral is another one of the materials I need. Okay, so that's where you get that then. Are there any more of those? This zone is supposed to be perpetually stable and it still feels horrible. Alright, let's grab this while I'm here. Unstable anchor. Oh. When I was playing the offline the other day, there was a... What are you? A shaggy scram... Get off me! Why are these things all so grabby? Shaggy scrambler. When I was playing, I came across a zone condition that I'd never seen before, and it was called Something's Moving. And it was creepy as hell. Where is it? There. This part of the zone definitely seems to have something creeping out there amongst the trees. I think what it did is all of the tourists moved much more than usual. Really got him, Sally. We were within an inch of catching that Scott guy. We almost did it. I swear to you, we're going to triumph where the regulars just can't. After 11 months hiding out in the zone, stealing cars, breaking into shelters, taking food. You know how we were going to do it? Anomalies. We used roadblocks to tunnel him deeper to where we knew those beastly malfunctioning things were. And you know what they did? A whole pack of them descends on his car, right in front of us. His engine dies, his battery burns out, his steering locks. He ends up stuck there in the middle of the road with nothing. His regrets. Then somehow he still gets away somehow. Just melting into the darkness. I guess it didn't help that all our cars had started malfunctioning too. That's not what matters. Mark my words, we'll catch him next time. I don't like it. Running away. No. Bad. Bad scrambler. I don't like that so many of the things here are grabby. It's just uncomfortable. So I'm expecting to come back to my car now and find loads of bits missing. One resource I haven't found yet. I've got a couple that I got from my friendly dumpster. It's called tree candy. Which makes it sound like it's stuck to trees. I need to remember, I've got as much time as possible here. It's perpetual, it's fine. As long as the car's not under threat, I can just keep wandering and collecting stuff. But I do think the loot in these buildings might not even be that useful. So all the supplies I'm going to find are going to be things that I already have a ton of. The things I need are like the swamp component. What's that? Also, why is the radio on? Why are the wipers on? Is that a quirk, or did I just not sort that out from when I got caught by something previously? Yes, they appear in little clusters. Wait, am I even collecting those, or are they just disappearing? Wait, do they grow and disappear? Is that... Wait, why do they appear and disappear? That's weird. Right, give me more. Wait, why is there a handbag on the floor? Wait, are the tourists around throwing shit at me? Just a full handbag lying on the floor. You know what? Don't question anything in the zone, bro. You know, one thing I've not found yet is a reliable source of thermostat crystals. As in, like, a high quantity, I mean. Because obviously these are good to get 1 or 2. But there's some recipes that have so many of them in. So it feels like at some point there's going to be a better way of getting them. Like, maybe there's an upgraded version of the tourists that gives you more. Yeah. Or maybe it was. Maybe you gave me it. The tourists seem to throw stuff at you, and they do sometimes. There was one incident, right? I was just looting, and something threw 4 tyres at me. 4 spare tyres just got launched at me while I was just doing stuff. It's really bizarre. I'm probably going to be editing this one down heavily, because there is going to be just a lot of wandering and doing stuff. Look how much energy I've got. 10.5 unstable. Maybe it'll unlock so many things. What's that sound? The noise in this game scares me. I don't care too much about looting the buildings. I want the marsh eggs and the swamp coral. Why is that on again? That's got to be a quirk. That radio keeps turning itself on. I'm not sure what's causing it though. What have I done recently that I've not done? I'm just leaving the door up. Anyway, where's this thing I need to do? Is it this? Oh, mural. Bigfoot mural.
The Bigfoot mural. My personal favorite.
Oh, this is the woman they mentioned who the paints brought stuff to life. Wait, so there's actually a Bigfoot? A mural that foretold the coming of Bigfoot to the Olympic exclusion zone. Legend has it that Bigfoot was drawn by an anomalized mushrooms that grow into the mid-zone. Wait, so that actually is a Bigfoot? Why does it look like a sausage?
Hey, is it just me, or did this mural look different before?
Probably the instability messing with the paint over time. It's been decades after all.
Nah, something's definitely off. Hey, where's our old notes from when we took a field trip out that way?
And that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Driver,
That's
why
the
don't you
story.
Go ahead to the next one while we investigate this.
Right, that's what they meant by the visions. I'm finding the spray paint. I thought I just found something, but that's the actual story. Right, so the next one I want to go to is there. There's a lot of labs and things on the way, so I'm going to see.
Driver, if you come across a mushroom like the one in the mural, do not eat it. No matter how tasty it might look.
You're speaking from personal experience. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to puke all over again. You've probably passed the biogenerators by now.
They're our source of power in the mid-zone, and one of the best demonstrations of renewable limb tech. Yes, these battery farms keep our lights on, but more importantly, they're also the only place in the entire zone where anomalized mushrooms grow.
And guess who turned out to be the world's biggest fan of those mushrooms? Bigfoot itself! And the vision foretold its arrival in the zone.
It started when those pods hanging from the battery farms were found chewed up. At first, they blamed it on the local wildlife. This was back when we used to have some. Then, the sightings of 10-foot-tall creatures started that didn't attract much attention on their own.
Not until the first footprints were found. The Olympic Peninsula has always had a collection of Bigfoot sightings, but they were rare until Bigfoot had its first taste of the anomalized mushrooms. Then it couldn't stay away. And that's when the Squatches came knocking. They jumped the walls, set up camp, and they got to investigating. Once they learned of the Sasquatch's appetite for these mushrooms, they cultivated entire farms of the stuff.
For months, they propagated mushrooms and set traps. And for months, evidence mounted that Sasquatch was making its rounds and evading those traps. Until one night, the experts disappeared.
Bigfoot got them, no question.
Come on, all 8 at once? How is that possible?
Never get in the way of a hungry Sasquatch.
Am I going to have to fight a Sasquatch? I'm just trying to figure out whether it's even worth me collecting a bunch of this stuff at the moment, because I have so many of these resources. It just feels a little worthless collecting. I don't know if I'm collecting something here that's like uncommon in other areas, or whether it is the same stuff but just in a different area. I've got so much of... Oh, Anomaly Study 7. Thought I already had that one. Let's have a look. Anomaly Study 7. Add a category reference 4.85. Waist height are one of the few apparently benign anomalies reported. These were frequently found in hiding in warm, dry places during cold or wet weather. This includes under vehicles and by heating vents. Bulbous and resembling puffball mushrooms, they would squirt dark liquid when disturbed and roll away rapidly. Rarely sighted after 1976, but occasionally still reported. Cool. I do like that there's anomalies that no longer exist and that you can read about them. It makes the world feel more dynamic than just the only ones that exist are the ones that have always existed. Considering how much damage my car took in those first couple of zones, I have done a pretty decent job of not getting it ruined in this one. I guess the other zones did have a lot more dangerous anomalies though. Okay, next one. What's this going to be? Let's see if I can predict it. Right, it looks like some people in a boat. campsite. Oh, a crack in space? The Great Pile-Up mural.
The Great Pile-Up. You know, if you catch the mural at the right angle, when the moon is right overhead, you can spot the helmsman's body in one of the boats.
Every time he tried to escape, he reappeared on yet another boat.
No chance. It's a paint smudge. Nothing more.
Believe me, it's true. I've seen it.
I much prefer these guys than
Did you see that, Francis? Oh boy, Francis! Look! Look here. It's different from our sketch when we visited in '82.
It's all scrambled, but the shape seems familiar. If you tilt your head, doesn't that kind of look like Mount Olympus?
Oh, Francis, you flippin' genius! It absolutely is. Wait. Let's look back at the first one. What's different there?
That shape right there, is that Hook Valley?
Holy smokes! Oh, wait, pull up all the topographical maps of the peninsula. If we look around the areas where you'd get that view of Mount Olympus. See, Francis? I told you your basilizer would work.
I don't think this is the basilizer's doing.
Driver, we're on to something. Get to that third vision.
Alright. Yeah, I much prefer these two than Oppie. Oppie's just miserable all the time and just has a go at you. Oh, the mysterious helmsman.
I'm telling you, the helmsman never made it out of the zone. He died here.
Not this again. I still don't know why you're so convinced they existed in the first place.
Driver, back me up here. This is how the story goes. It was the winter of '72. A ship set sail down the Columbia River 100 miles east of here.
Why
The
would I
helmsman
know?
was overcome by bad weather, and while in a particularly foggy patch,
The boat hit something, and the impact threw him from the deck. When he woke up, he was on a boat on this very lake.
smack in the middle of the zone with no idea how he got there. He had with him a ridiculous amount of cash and paid anyone and everyone to get him out of the zone. But no matter how he tried to leave, on foot, in a transport, he would always head into a fog and reemerge on another boat. At last count, the Great Pile-Up was 20 boats high and 30 boats wide.
A limb duplication glitch, nothing more.
You, of all people, blaming Lim Tech instead of a good old-fashioned mystery?
It doesn't add up. Artist's favorite pastime was carting people out of the zone. How could someone actually fail to escape? And a mysterious man with a backpack full of cash, and the one place he can't spend it. Seems awfully fishy to me. So about that last vision.
Ooh.
I can't. Yeah, I can't even look at it.
Francis, you explain it.
And maybe you've already seen them, driver. A freestanding bright blue door in its frame, out in the wilderness with nothing around it. If you do see one, don't get anywhere close to it.
No, I'm going
I
straight
don't
up.
want to talk about it.
He was pretty close to a doorway when it opened. It's called the inverting doorway. When the door is shut, it's safe. But once in a while, it opens, and everything near it is turned inside out. Its victims are mostly bears, squirrels, and birds. They all go through hell. Meat and bones on the outside, fur and feathers on the inside. It's not fun to see. Once, a group of hikers didn't heed the warning, and
No, we're done here, driver. If you see one, you stay away from it. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Did anybody ever read that Reddit thread that was like quite big about the like the tales of a fire? It's like a fire watchman or something in the woods, and he would tell all these strange stories. I think it was definitely fictional. I think, and it was presented as if it was real, but it was definitely fictional. But one of the things that he would bring up a lot is these staircases. Yes, the stairs in the woods. That's the thing. There were these mysterious staircases which were like they appeared out in the wilderness, and people were told like if you see them, never walk up them because you never come back down. Oh, I love those stories. There were like 12 or 13 of these things, and they were all of these weird, unusual stories, and it was so interesting to read through. Notice how nobody comments on when I'm doing the game well. And I'm driving around perfectly and not messing anything up. What's this one? SRR meeting. There's so many collectibles in this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't keep up. Meeting minutes, September 16th, 1949. Agenda, celebration of the founding of SRR. SRR. What our future will look like, addressed by Dr. Ophelia Turner. Oppie. Open ideation session with consultation from Dr. Ophelia Turner on experimental setups. Rising concerns, proper safety procedure, handling and protection in limb experimentation. Action items. Society agreed to regular monthly meetings on Friday evenings. Dr. Reginald Stanley Robinson to take notes and format future minutes. AOB and matters arising. Tea cake tasting, courtesy of visiting Professor Sir Anthony Gould, FRS. I feel like the early minutes, like these kind of things are going to be dull, and then as it goes forwards, they'll get more interesting. The same with that family one we saw. What was it? The Singlian family. I reckon it'll be the same with that. The further in you get, the more interesting it'll get. And I think the game is probably likely to... floating crate. The game is probably likely to have spaced out the things like that so that you don't find them all the time, but you find them in regular, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Intervals, I guess. This is one of the only games where things spawning off the ground is probably fine, because this place is meant to be weird. It's just part of the anomaly. I bet the game makers will say that as well. If you see any glitches, it's just part of one of the anomalies. Whoa. Okay, coming up to the third one of these murals now. No, I can't be bothered looting. Let's just go straight there. Ooh. Let's see what we're looking at. Oh, it's the blue door they were talking about. If I see this door, I'm going straight towards it. I do not care what they say. Like, this, I find it so interesting to just wander and see what happens. I'll probably end up dying, but yeah, we'll see. The inverting doorway. One of a series of murals painted. The mural depicts a blue-framed door freestyling in the wilderness. It warns any who behold it to stay away from it. When it opens, any living creature nearby is turned inside out. I'm just picturing that Simpsons episode where they end inside out. Just one sniff of that fog and you're inside out.
I don't like this one.
Come on, appear to me. Appear to me, doorway.
Oh, bingo!
See that pattern in the last mural? That flower only grows above a certain elevation. Put the three locations together and you've got a square mile in the northeast corner of the deep zone. Huh. The visions were pointing towards something the entire time.
Hey, Oppie, you can stop pretending to ignore us now.
Take a look at this fine work. We've pinned down the location for the source of the mass hallucination. That's where the driver needs to go.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I knew the basilizer worked. What did I tell you, huh?
He still doesn't know, Francis.
You know what?
Oppie?
Not my story to share.
I love that. You can stop pretending to ignore us.
My theory, and that basilizer, they're illegitimate.
Wait, what are you saying?
I built that device to prove my imprint theory, and it was on the verge of getting the results I needed. But my research funding was running out. So, I forged the data. Not much, just enough to justify more time. I was so close.
Graceful.
The breakthrough was right around the corner.
But Arda found out. That's why I was reassigned.
And my clearance revoked.
Wait, you told me you changed labs voluntarily.
8 years of research with nothing to show for it, and then for that to happen, I couldn't face you.
That doesn't mean your theory is wrong. I still think there's something to it.
There's a common thread with some of the remnant stories.
He's
like
a good
the
friend,
telephone
isn't he?
switchboard, the ones that seem to recall the past somehow. Maybe the remnants access those imprints, read them like a needle in the groove of a record.
Don't. You don't have to do that. It's in the past. I don't care about it anymore.
But listen, I've got this suspicion, right? If we can just get the car to the mass hallucination source, what do we find that can prove your theory? It's worth a try, isn't it?
I'm tired of trying, Tobias. I've tried all my life, and it didn't go so well.
Look, I don't have one of those fancy degrees that you and Oppie have. The closest I ever got to science was wiping down your lab benches. But I saw the incredible things that you did with your research.
Yeah, well, Arda didn't think they were incredible.
I don't care about Arda. I believe in you. Always have.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't do this with her. Oppie led the disciplinary committee that stripped my clearance and demoted me to a glorified intern. She sat there and decided how best to humiliate me. I never asked for anything. This one time I do, so I would never have to talk to Oppie again. You didn't listen. Your remnant was more important than what I wanted.
Francis, I didn't mean...
I've had enough.
Wait. Is someone attached to me? How do you tell?
He'll come around. Sorry, driver. We'll see you back at the auto shop.
I can't figure out when something's attached to me, but weird things keep happening. Strange things are happening to me. Unless I've just got tons of quirks. I didn't hear the end of that conversation, so I'll have to catch it when I'm, Oh yeah, fuel is low. I'll have to catch it when I'm editing the footage. Hopefully, it's been a very productive journey. I got loads of stuff. Look how many... All these things are damaged. Let's take a look at what's wrong with them when I get back. Oh, hang on, if I get too close, I won't be able to activate this. Right, here we go. Now the fun begins. Let me see where the... Oh, I won't have time, actually. I was going to see where the payload landed, but... I'd rather just get out, because I've got so much stuff. I was doing so well. I've never been in the red part of the storm. I don't know what it does. I assume you just take like damage over a course of time. Geronimo! Yeah, I just got another achievement. What's that? Uncover some of the zone's history in the mid-zone. There we go. Beautiful. 10.5 unstable. Fantastic.
Interesting thing about that deep zone area you identified. I ran every coordinate in that area through the AUTA database, and what turns up? But access logs with entry records for Dr. K up through March 1963.
What? No, the doctor died in 1961. In the lab accident.
So we were told. Then, I found access logs for both that deep zone site and Red Meadow. Years and years worth of activity.
The Red Meadow Research Facility? But it was demolished the same year. After the structural damage caused by the... lied about that too, didn't they?
It appears so. The driver should give the Red Meadow ruins a visit. If Dr. K didn't die that day, I'd like to know what was keeping him so busy.
So would I, but... Do we have time for this? We don't know how long the driver's got with that remnant.
And that's why we need this information. Whatever Dr. K was doing relates to all of this. It may be the key to what lies at the end of the road for the driver.
I... agree with you. God, I hate saying that.
Driver, I've marked the Red Meadow facility on your route planner. Head there whenever you're ready.
Right about that. Red Meadow Research Facility. Cool. Well, I guess that's what we'll be doing in the next stream. So, I'm not going to bother... These always been on. I'm not going to bother doing all the repairs and stuff now. I'll be doing that on my... Next time I play offline when I just go and sort some stuff out. Somebody commented, and yes, the parking is awful. Ignore it, please. I still find this funny. That I wonder if you get an achievement if you kill yourself doing that. Ridiculous. Right, I'm going to... Let's just... this annoys me so much. I wish I had installed this fax machine. It's so annoying. Oh, God, Jim.
I think I know what they are. I think I know what they are. I think they used to be raccoons. They're inside the house, Jim. They're inside the house. Look. 19 available unlocks. I could get the Liberator Mark II. I did want this. That was top of my list. Amp engine. I can actually get it as well. What's the benefit of this? Minus 44 MP kilowatts. Wait. Miles per... Oh, it's electric powered. It's faster, but it's all electric. Wait, so can I replace this and then get rid of all the fuel consumption and just put batteries everywhere and just use an electric engine? That's pretty cool. Right, well, I'm going to decide on upgrades and stuff in the next specific drive session. I think there's a lot of admin stuff after a big run, and so what I want to do is I want to do that with like a bit of just with quiet, just repair the car, check all of the things I can unlock, get all my upgrades, and then I'll probably go out on another couple of runs out into the mid-zone to gather some supplies and get some other things. Do I have enough to get... I do. I've only got 230 swamp coral, though. I should have spent more time gathering it instead of, like... Yeah. Marsh eggs. I think this is going to be the thing where I'm going to have to make a decision. This is what I want. I'm going to have to do this thing where I want to make a decision as to what I specifically want to unlock now and then what I want to get later. But the fact that I can get all this stuff now means that I could play offline and gather it all. But we'll figure it out. So, yes, that is it for Pacific Drive. Good session. Lots of stuff done. Lots of resources gathered. Lots of crashing and everything that everyone expects from my driving. I see you in the chat. I see you talking about my driving. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks. Amazing. I'm so good at this.